We throw around the phrase, my brain is like a computer, all the time, right? We talk about processing information or storing memories. But is that really true? Is that metaphor actually accurate? Or is it kind of hiding a much weirder and way more interesting reality?
I mean, is that really all your mind is? A super complex machine that's just made of meat and electricity instead of silicon and wires? It's a massive question. And it turns out one of the guys who literally helped invent the modern computer spent his final days wrestling with this exact same problem. And all his thoughts got captured in this short but wow, incredibly powerful book called The Computer and the Brain. It was published back in 1958, and it was the very last thing the legendary mathematician John von Neumann ever wrote. It's like a final, fascinating peek into his genius. Now, to really get why this is so important, you gotta understand the backstory. This wasn't just some book he decided to write. It was supposed to be a series of huge, prestigious lectures at Yale. But tragically, he got too sick to ever deliver them. So what we're left with are his notes, his final intellectual testament. And what makes his take on this so incredibly unique is that he wasn't just some philosopher thinking about it from afar. No, this is a guy who was one of the main architects of the modern computer. He understood its logic, its power, and its weaknesses from the inside out. So when a guy like that turns his attention to the brain, he's going to see things that nobody else does. So how do you even start to tackle a question that big? Well, von Neumann started with the thing he knew best, the machine itself. He said, look, to get the brain, we first have to get really clear on the two basic ways a machine can compute anything at all. Okay, so first up, you've got the analog machine. A perfect example is an old-school speedometer in a car. The number, your speed, is shown by a physical thing, the angle of that needle. It's a direct, continuous, physical measurement. And then you've got the digital machine. The one you're watching this on right now. Here, numbers aren't physical things. They're totally abstract symbols, just a sequence of digits. Everything is run by super strict logical rules, not by measuring something physical. So right there, that's the fundamental difference. Analog is physical and continuous, which also means it's not all that precise. But digital? It's all about abstract logic and discrete steps, which lets it be almost perfectly precise. And believe me, this distinction is the key to understanding everything else he's about to argue. All right, so we've got two kinds of machines, the super precise one and the kinda imprecise one. With that in mind, von Neumann asks the next logical question. So, which one is the brain? He starts digging into the architecture of computers and brains, and this is where it gets really, really interesting. Just look at the difference in strategy here. Our computers, we build them with a handful of components that are just ridiculously fast, processors that do billions of things a second. The brain takes the complete opposite approach. It's built with tons, I'm talking about 10 billion neurons of very, very slow components. Each one is thousands of times slower than a single transistor in a computer chip. And because the parts are so different, the way they get work done is totally different too. A computer, with its few super fast parts, does things serially. That means one calculation at a time in a super long, lightning fast line. But the brain, with its billions of slow parts, does things in parallel. It's working on millions of things all at the same time. And this all loops back to that idea of precision. A digital computer is built to be precise, like one part in 10,000 or even way, way better. Its parts are made for that. But the brain's parts, our neurons, they are nowhere near that accurate. By comparison, they're kind of sloppy. And that sloppiness is a massive clue. So you've got these slow parts, these sloppy signals, this lack of precision. And all of that leads us to a really profound mystery. It's a paradox that sits right at the very heart of von Neumann's final project. Think about it. If our brain is made from billions of slow, sloppy, imprecise parts, how in the world does it manage to write symphonies or figure out calculus or even just reliably catch a baseball? How can something so unreliable be so reliable? Von Neumann knew this was a killer problem for digital computers. See, every single calculation has this tiny, tiny chance of being slightly off. But when you chain together billions of those calculations, one after another, those tiny errors can add up and up and up. He calls it a deterioration of precision, and it can cause the whole thing to spit out a completely wrong answer. So he looked at the brain, made of these low-precision parts, yet somehow working so well. And he was forced to make this just stunning conclusion. He wrote, and this is a direct quote, "The language of the brain is not the language of mathematics." So what on earth does he mean by that? Well, he's arguing that the brain's operating system, its core language, must be built differently. It has to prioritize being stable and reliable over being super precise. It probably uses a system with less logical depth, meaning shorter and shallower chains of calculations. That way, those little errors from its sloppy parts never get a chance to build up and cause a total system failure. It's a trade-off. It gives up precision to gain robustness. And this is the real legacy of this amazing, unfinished book. These aren't just little historical footnotes. These are the big, foundational questions that scientists are still trying to figure out today. So if you were going to boil this all down, here are the three big takeaways. 1, computers and brains are just built differently, from the ground up. Fast versus slow parts, serial versus parallel. 2, they have totally different priorities. Computers are all about precision. The brain is all about being reliable, even with unreliable parts. And 3, and this is the big one, that means they must speak different languages. The logic that our brain runs on is not the logic that we use to write code. What's just wild is how right he was, even way back then. Just think about modern AI and the neural networks we're all talking about. They work in parallel, they're amazing at recognizing fuzzy patterns, but they're famously bad at precise math. It's like we've ended up building machines that just prove von Neumann's point from 1958 all over again. Which kind of leaves us right back where von Neumann left us, with this huge provocative question. If our brains aren't running on the kind of clean, formal logic that computers use, then what in the world are they running on?